I spent a year being disciplined, working out, eating well, waking up early, posting videos and studying. I tried everything, but did it work by the end of this video? I'm going to ask you to evaluate my year to see if it was a good year or a complete fraud, but first let's go to 2024. Happy New Year to you all. And God bless us. Today we're here with the Paulistão and Copa do Brasil, and January 2025 is coming. I was keeping up well at the gym, I was eating healthy, and I remember especially that I was starting to run. I was starting to run about 5 kilometers every day except once in January when I went to the Ten and Pilots concert. Don't get confused, okay? I went to the concert and it was great, but I couldn't understand much since they spoke another language. It would have been more fun if they used a flow I knew. If it's good for you, it's good for me too. That's best. I bought a new ergonomic chair. I remember even Seu Raimundo, who showed up in the last video, he tested it and approved it, okay? Put your neck here. At that time, I was working with YouTube and video editing too. I was working full-time with Balian, and in January I posted 2 videos. 7 days waking at 5 a.m. comparing sober and drunk days while focusing on posting fewer but higher quality videos. I was really enjoying it. I was recording what I really wanted, and it was a time on the channel that I was really liking, man, because I love making a good video. No, I don't wake up at 5 a.m. anymore. After that video I did for a bit but then stopped. Only Mr. Raimundo from the last video has the energy to wake up at 5 a.m. You all love him, right? But I can't. February means college started again, unfortunately. Just kidding, fortunately. I was so focused on studying that I brought a lunchbox to college. Man, and obviously I also enjoyed a bit of carnival, right? Because we're humans, so we have to have some fun. If you don't have a million rays in your account. Guys, I'm sorry, but I enjoyed carnival. In February, I posted just one video, my perfect morning routine with Aya, which has over 600,000 views. It's a video that I really like because at the same time that I do what I enjoy, I also share a really cool message. In this video, I share messages about my beliefs and values. I admit I could have contributed more to the channel then, as I only posted one video. It's not because I was working from home as a video editor that I had plenty of free time. No, I worked a lot, even though I was working from home. I didn't have all that time to fully dive into the channel, but I learned a lot. In March, I did something crazy and shaved my head. Looking back, I don't think I'll do that again, though I'm not sure since I'm a bit crazy. And in March, I bought my first car. It's something that will stay with me forever in my life. Because man, I bought my first car, a little red 2011 Gol, but now I have my little car, a speaker box in there. Wow, what a beautiful car. Plus, in March, we won the Paulista Championship right above Palmeiras. It couldn't be better. We went to the square and I put a Corinthians jersey on the car. You all became big fans of my grandpa, right? In the last video, I wanted to show this great photo of Seu Raimundo imitating Memphis, though he says it's Murphy's. In March, I posted another video after 30 days of taking whey and creatine. The video took extra effort, 30 days of filming, but it turned out great, and even Laercio later reacted to it. In April, I turned 21, it was my birthday. It's really weird to say that because it feels like just yesterday I was 19 and saying like soon I'll be 23, 25, 27, 30. It can be an even number too, okay? My birthday is also in April, only number 1. My girlfriend gave me this as a gift. Thank you so much, honey. A tour at the arena. I just went to Neoquímica Arena because there's a tour of the arena, and man, it was amazing. Man, it was wild. I nearly cried because they tell all about Corinthians' history and championships. Then walking onto the field is just beautiful. To show how mischievous I am when they said not to step on the grass, I did it anyway, took some and put it in my pocket. If craziness is a crime, arrest me. In April, my life changed completely, because that's when I stopped working as Balian's video editor and started working as Master of Ceremonies Daniel's video maker, 2 completely different jobs. Even though they're connected, it's very different, man, especially the routine and what you do. In April, out of nowhere, from one day to the next, I was at Global watching a show by Marques. Marques was singing live there on TVZ and I was there. Like, man, it was supposed to be a normal year in my life, wasn't it? In April, I posted a video. Does just 90 days of therapy really help? I shared a video about my experience with 90 days of therapy, which I still continue. Guys, go to therapy. And the video got 50,000 views, and man, it's really weird because obviously it wasn't a video that performed like the others. Compared to Marques 2 years ago who struggled for 10,000 views, now even a poorly performing video gets 50,000 views. For me, it's an incredible stroke of luck. In May, I dove into this job and had some wild experiences. I saw Tedo perform live on TVZ on Globo. That's my life. Then Leo Foguete, medical doctor Chefe, Juliette Ramaldino, Leonardo. At first, adapting to this new life was tough. I lived in the countryside, worked from home, and suddenly moved to São Paulo, which turned my life upside down. It was São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, then back home. I was always moving and felt like a nomad. Bro, and it's cool because I hadn't told anyone, you know, because I'm on team keep quiet, bro, believing things will work out. In May, I shared a video about the perfect nighttime routine with Iago, just another routine segment. I replicated it and made more content I enjoy. I'm a big fan of recording videos like this. You have no idea. In 2026, I want to grow and explore new topics beyond this content. I'm a big fan of this content, talking about topics I enjoy and understand. Thankfully, the video did well, right? 398k views, nearly 400k. Thank you, Mono Poet. June was just another wild chapter in my life. TVZ aired on Globo in Rio de Janeiro every Monday and Thursday, so I went to Rio on those days. So my life, Mano, was going back and forth to Rio. From Rio de Janeiro to São Paulo, it was bus rides there, bus rides back, going and coming, Mano, it was crazy. First, I went to Ludmilla's Numanize, then saw Vague at his album release party with Yvonne. I went to that party there. I saw everyone, Neymar, the kid Neymar, Luva de Pedreiro, Júlio Balestrin, Mano. I saw everyone from the internet. It was a really unique experience because it was something that, man, I was just like you guys, man, just like you losers, just kidding, but I used to watch a lot from my computer, you know? I saw the memes there, the crowd, the people who were trending on the hype, all that stuff. People said to go there with the guys, but actually being with them, part of the conversation and chatting felt completely different. It was an experience I'll never forget, but honestly, it's both sad and disappointing. Because at first you see the guys and you say, man, that's Vega over there, look, that's Neymar, man, Cello. But then you see they're just regular guys, like they're just normal human beings. That's just their job, you know, they're not like better than you. I think they are. In June too, I traveled by plane for the first time. Like I said, I'm from the countryside, a country boy, rough around the edges, you know, so I traveled by plane for the first time. So we could do shows, right, and go to hotels and all that. And I remember it was a flight I almost missed. It was almost embarrassing. This guy even recorded a video of me. I was embarrassed, man, but I traveled by plane. In June, I watched the sunrise in Santo Antonio do Pinhal with my beautiful girlfriend. It's a gorgeous place. You watch the sunrise and wonder why the Lion King music isn't playing. When the sun rises, that music doesn't play, no. In June, I posted a video featuring only Tema's bestsellers. It was my first partnership video of the year, right? At least the first dedicated video wasn't an ad, it was about Tema. It has 36,000 views, not the 600,000 I hoped for, but 36,000 to 50,000 is still a lot to me. I remember starting that new job with Master of Ceremonies Daniel and everything. I didn't pay much attention to the channel before, and now I pay even less. The quality started to drop a bit, the frequency started to drop a bit, which wasn't much to begin with, so I kind of started leaving my dream aside. If you know what I mean, July I was still working with Daniel. It's a really tough routine, honestly. For those who saw it on my stories, like sometimes I would post a photo just to do a little publicity. No one can imagine or dream what you go through, man. This thing is crazy, it's really intense. Anyone who works with artists knows, man, it's just madness, man. Because of that, I began skipping the gym and letting go of things that were part of my daily life, man. On July 7th, I celebrated 2 years with my girlfriend. We rented a beach Airbnb and it had a bathtub, is that right? I don't know about you guys, but I fulfilled a childhood dream of sitting in a bathtub in my underwear, eating grapes and drinking a wine draft beer. Guys, I made my dream come true. And then, the next day I already went to TVZ to Rio de Janeiro, man. I said it's crazy, and I remember that in these trips back and forth to Rio de Janeiro, right, on TVZ. There was a day when I was free, there was a day when there was no work, I was free in Rio de Janeiro, so I called a friend who lived there. And we lived it up. The most random Wednesday of our lives, it was just a normal Wednesday. I was hanging out on a beach in Rio de Janeiro with the locals, just relaxing. That month made my crazy life a bit easier. I started living in São Paulo, so I rented a studio apartment there, and I even made a mini-series about it here on the channel. I rented a studio apartment there, and it was a really unique experience. It was my first time living alone. For those who don't know, I have a lot of siblings, so there I was in São Paulo in the studio apartment. I used to talk to myself in a weird way. I put my clothes in the hamper here and they don't show up clean in the closet. What do you mean, what happened? That's different. In July, I posted only one video, the true routine of a lazy YouTuber. I made that video because so many people saw me and sent DMs thinking I had the perfect routine, which really annoyed me. I can't stand people who claim to be perfect, have the best routines, and say everything is perfect. I hate that because we're not machines. I said, man, I'm gonna have to make a video showing the reality, and I made a video showing the reality, man. I don't wake up at 5 in the morning, I don't take cold showers every day, and it went really well, thank God. It has 61,000 views in August. I was busy working a lot during those months. I remember that month we visited Vidigal in Rio de Janeiro and rode motorcycles up the hill. It was wild. There was a music video shoot, maybe even a song someone at Labuta knows, one of those nights. I hustled to get noticed. It's awesome to be part of these moments. People come because of the internet, and I feel the same. I was there, but we didn't really want to call over there. That's the one. In Rio de Janeiro, I first showed Master of Ceremonies Daniel my dance moves. I think he was impressed. And man, what a beautiful place, for real. Rio de Janeiro, man, it's beautiful up to a certain point, right? And the other part? I'm not discussing that here. After TVZ ended in August, I stopped going to Rio de Janeiro on Mondays and Thursdays. I began working more in São Paulo and often visited Dudu Borges' place. If you know, you get it. The guy is awesome. If not, look up what Dudu Borges has done. The guy basically invented Brazilian music. He made Ai, Se Eu Te Pego. Each day brought something new. Look at August. Living this wild life, I posted 2 videos recently. Being a 21-year-old YouTuber living alone, and a YouTuber shopping while living alone. Well, since I was living this crazy life, living alone, doing my own shopping, I thought, man, the content I really want to make, I won't be able to do it. I can't leave my channel inactive, so I'll make content with what I have. I turned my experience of living alone, using Facebook, and buying simple things into a video. It wasn't really what I wanted, what I dreamed of doing, my goal of creating a scripted, well-planned video. But it's what I managed to do, and it was really cool even for me to have it recorded. You know, when I'm old, I'll look back and remember, man, I remember when I went to São Paulo and had to make it on my own. I'll have these videos to remember, and they got good views. People like them. September was good. In September, I went to Rango Bravo, which is a restaurant from Podpack. They even have a show, and it was a really cool experience. Also, in September, I first shaved my leg with hot wax at work. Go on, look over there. It's just one.
It's just one. Look, but relax. There's no pain yet. Hey, keep it. Hand forward posture. That's it. Go.
So look at the phone.
Go, Creamy. Look here.
I forgot that being hairless wasn't just about me. It was a month filled with many shows and mostly studio time. I used to pull a lot of all-nighters, so I'd work all day, then at night I'd say, boom, let's pull an all-nighter here. It felt crazy seeing Master of Ceremonies Marquez, Master of Ceremonies Rian, and Don Juan making music. It's cool to watch this process and see how these guys think. This idea is awesome. That month, my wife and I took a short trip to the waterfall. I remember it was a time whenever I saw I had a day off during the week, I would say, man, let's plan something, we have to do something, I really need to unwind. In September, I posted one video of me cooking for the first time while living alone. September was busy with shows and going out, so I only made one video. And like I said, I took what I was already doing in my daily life, which was like cooking for the first time. I decided to make a video so the channel wouldn't be empty. In October, I resumed training. I had stopped for a little while, like I started going twice a week, sometimes 3, sometimes once. Especially with the diet, I started eating really well, also because when I went shopping, I only bought 5. It's healthy. Chicken and potatoes are cheaper and better for you, right? I kept working hard, traveling often, and staying up late, one moment in Santa Catarina, the next in Florianopolis. In October, I posted 2 videos, one about a day without water versus a day hydrated, and the same interview. 5 years later, I remember those videos from when I worked 6 days a week, sometimes 5, and used any remaining day. I used to say, man, I have to record this video on this day, otherwise, again, I won't have a video this month. And it's funny that if you rewatch the interview video, I say it a lot in the video, like, man, I really want to have a routine again, man, I can't take it anymore, man, I want to watch my Corinthians. In November, I kind of reset my life. I went on Podpa. I know for a lot of people it's like whatever, man, but for me it was something really special. Because like 3 years ago, while waiting tables with a friend, I used to say, imagine being on Podpa in a few years. And I did it. I went on Podpa. I didn't go as a guest, but that's my goal. Hopefully it'll happen. I was there as an employee, you know, guys, but I was there. In November, I quit. A lot of people must be saying, man, what a huge decision. I'm not giving a reason because I don't owe anyone an explanation. It's my life. But there were a lot of factors, a lot of things that came together, and for me, I realized it didn't make sense anymore, you know? I followed my heart, did some thinking. In my mind, I said, bro, I'm gonna focus on what I want. I'm gonna focus on my life goal. Really, I'm gonna focus more on creating content on the internet. I went back to working with editing. I went back to doing things that make more sense to me in my mind. And for my wallet. Because this life is expensive. Okay, you guys think it's not, but no, man, this life is expensive, bro. Obviously, it's very dazzling, right, this life, bro? You saw a lot of artists. You saw Vague. You saw Neymar. What's up, champ Neymar? He didn't send me money, bro. Look at those jealous eyes. I quit my job and started my life. I crashed my car for the first time just to have it on record. In November 2025, I hit the back of a Polo with my goal. I got distracted for a moment, so we really need to pay attention in traffic. In November, I posted just one video, a 24-hour dopamine fast, which I made after quitting my job. Thankfully, it was a great video, and now near year-end and my starting anniversary, it has over 133,000 views. These things make sense to me because I've always been addicted to dopamine, my phone, and everything else, so I need this detox. In December, my life began to smile at me. Not that I hadn't smiled before, I was very happy. Thank you to everyone at Trampo, my life began to make more sense. I got back to my content, to my work. I started doing more things the way I like. In December, I visited Campos do Jordão for Christmas and saw a giant, oddly shaped Mickey. I thought it was kind of lame, but the city looks nice. In December, I made my first Christmas dessert. I'd cooked before, but never made something like that. We planned a family secret Santa, so I baked a cookie. It tasted good, but it was just a bit hard. Soak it in milk for 3 days to soften before eating. In December, I visited the beach and a waterfall with friends, family, and my girlfriend. It was a really good time because, you know, to get that mental relaxation, man, I'm a guy who's really a big fan of nature. In December, I watched Corinthians win the Brazil Cup. And I just want to tell you, Vasco fan, I feel sorry for you, honestly, because why were you guys so deluded? I'm still waiting for Raya to score against us. It was a great moment. I went to the city square. It was all Corinthians fans. My son and I celebrated the cup, taking off our shirts and spinning around like kids. In December, I posted 2 videos, creating the worst morning routine with Ia and testing the worst products. A TikTok shop star, 2 videos that thankfully did well, both in December. The best thing is to show the weekend strong points, so let's look at the strong points of the year. Indiscipline never holds you back. You always return and pursue opportunities fearlessly. Amazing networking. Did you meet artists that most people only see on television? Unreal adaptability, the courage to say no when something no longer makes sense. Now, warning signs, you abandon yourself when you go into work mode because it's true. Wow, yeah, hey, yeah, is my therapist on vacation, man? It's hard to maintain a long routine. You live in extremes. You forget the strategy when the adrenaline hits. Wow, that really hit, huh? Now I know I'll zone out, then get hyped again. I hope we win this trophy at the end of 2026. World Cup, I'll go down fast because I want to come back smiling, man. We won the cup. Wishing for a blessed 2026. God bless Brazil and Corinthians. Amen. Look, I'm going up now. Okay, I'll be right back.